Okay. Good afternoon. Sorry to keep you all waiting. Ms. Renfrey, good afternoon to you. Neil, good afternoon to you. And Tammy, always 100. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. In the case of Ahmaud Arbery, the judge has just sentenced all three individuals who were found guilty in the death of Ahmaud Arbery. Uh, Before we give you the sentencing, the judge spoke, and in my opinion, he spoke from his heart. And I'm sensitive. He almost had me emotional here. He said he spoke about when Ahmad was jogging, and then he began running for his life. He talked about how when he saw Travis McMichael pick up the shotgun and pointed at Ahmad, the look on Ahmad Arbery's face. He talked about how after they had killed the young man, they all three turned their backs to him. He talked about how the McMichael said that they wanted to teach him a lesson that they were not playing with him. He talked about how the father, Gregory McMichael, told Travis McMichael, let's go. And without a moment's hesitation, the son followed the father. He talked about William Brown, their neighbor, their friend. He asked him, y'all got him? He also quoted Brian when he says, if this would have just stopped, this wouldn't have happened. If this guy would have just stopped, this wouldn't have happened. The judge said the most violent crime in that city happened to Ahmaud Arbery. Harris McMichael was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, plus 20. Gregory McMichael was sentenced to life without parole, plus 20, giving a little leniency to William Bryan, who cooperated with authorities. He was sentenced to life plus 30 years. However, he was sentenced to life with the possibility, I'm sorry, he was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole. However, we put the Georgia's law up on our community section, even with the possibility of parole for William Bryan. He has to serve at least 30 years before he can even be considered um, for parole. Basically, the judge said in so many words that y'all just killed him because he was a black man. He said, y'all killed the dreams he had. But the statement that bothers me the most is when he said, if he had just stopped, this wouldn't have happened. No, if you all had just stopped, this wouldn't have happened. I don't have her exact quote. I said it earlier, but Ahmaud Arbery's mother said she didn't want to hear anything from him. There's nothing that they could tell her that she would want to hear. And I can understand that. I can understand that. We can't say that we were trying to make a citizen arrest. You can't make a citizen arrest if no crime has been committed. And no crime had been committed. The judge spoke about how they immediately started to getting their stories together and changing their stories. Gregory McMichael was an investigator with the DA's office. The defendant's attorney said, and I'm paraphrasing it, these men have done some good deeds in life. A couple of them served their country. First time they ever been accused of doing anything wrong. Well, I disagree with that. This was probably just the first time they got caught. You don't wake up one morning and never committed a felony and decide I'm going to kill a black man. And how tight he is with the DA's office. That same night, they started putting a story together with the DA's office as to what did happen and what did not happen. A black man was jogging. And you wanted him to stop. Who the hell are you? Citizen arrest. Newsflash, Ahmaud Arbery had committed no crime. I am Triple L the Great says, hey, so glad that he is getting justice. I totally agree with you on that. And two things we keep in mind. One is that if we begin to prosecute these killers like we should have been doing decades ago, we wouldn't be here today. But now it looks like there's a new day, and they are aggressively prosecuting those that are just killing just because they can do it. But the sad part about that is, if they continue to aggressively do this, then that means that they aggressively prosecute them, then that means that we're still being gunned down. We're still being killed. And so we still lose. We still lose. It doesn't do any good to have laws on the books that people don't go by, or when they get caught, the same justice system that we're thinking is going to hold them accountable, the same people that sit behind the desk with the pen fix it so they can get away with it. Police chiefs come out a lot of times and defend their officers. It was justifiable shooting. They did that when it killed Dante Wright. It was justifiable homicide. No, it was a homicide. It was a homicide, but it wasn't justifiable. You put that word in front of it. The way you word your report makes it seem as if it's justifiable. But keep in mind, these last two cases with Ahmaud Arbery and Dante Wright, you had a camera. Had you not had a camera in Dante's case, Ahmaud Arbery, they probably would have gotten away with it. My opinion is, I wish a sentence could have been handed down to them that was equal to the punishment that they placed on Ahmaud Arbery. And we all know that was death. That those charges carried the death penalty. However, prosecutor, I'm sure they spoke with the family, said we'll throw that to the side, but we want life without parole. I think it's a wonderful day, but it's still a sad day, because when we smile, but then you realize why you're smiling. Ahmaud Arbery, I don't know him. Some of you might know him. I don't, never met him. But whether we know somebody or not, miles, cities, and states shouldn't separate us from what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. There is no justification for absolute wrong. You cannot justify what you did. The son spending the day with his children. Don't take him away from his kids too long. Oh, we're not going to do that. He has done that to himself. He don't love his children. He don't care about his children. He left his go kill Ahmaud Arbery. So when you talk about don't take him, you need to discuss that with the killer. In my opinion, all three of them should have received life without the possibility of parole. I'm looking at something Henry says they should have felt same fear. I can't remember what the judge said, but you're taking me back there. And he basically said something like he wondered what was going on through his mind when he was getting ready to kill. And I wonder too. You boxed me in to kill me. Then you lied and said I was stealing. Burglaries in the area. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Our condolences once again goes out to this family and all families who have lost their loved ones when they shouldn't have. Doesn't matter if they're white, black, male, or female. We cannot take the law into our own hand. We cannot get upset with people when they don't stop. I don't necessarily have to stop for the police if I don't want to. And so you being just a citizen, if I have to stop, of course, who the hell are you? You have people that still have that 1800 mindset, and that's slavery. And that's the word nigger. Boy, 3/5 of a human. I'm white. Boy, come here, boy. I wouldn't have lasted an hour doing slavery. I wouldn't have. You had no right or reason to chase this man and end his life. He's jogging, but he's burglarizing homes. And then the attorney for them, so mean, so evil. She's a monster in human form. She talked about him like he was a dog. She talked about his dirty feet and his mom, family sitting in the courtroom. Why would you stoop that low? If your clients did right, why you got to stoop that low? The evidence and what you're saying should speak for itself. But it's an old trick. Y'all know what it's called. It's called character assassination. The great says we have a long journey ahead. The Flesh and Fit podcast just disrespected Asian doll, a black woman. Can you send me that? I haven't heard that story, please. And you know what? When we pay attention to cases like this individual just brought up, it means somebody's watching now. We're watching, and there can never be justice if you kill my child. There can never be, and I know closure means different things for different people, but to me, if you kill my loved one, there is no such thing as closure. I mean, you call them, they went to jail, okay, but there's not no closure. Because I still have to live with the fact that my loved one is not here. And these monsters in human form can receive visits from their loved one. And they can talk back to them, communicate with them, call them on the phone. Ahmaud Arbery's family and friend go and visit him, but he can't respond. I'm a firm believer, and we're going to get out of here, that the punishment should always fit the crime. They should have all received the death penalty. And today would have been a good day to go ahead and execute that punishment. I have no sympathy for them. You, you, when you think you're more than me, then you know that you're not. When you think you're more than me, then you know that you're not. All three men were convicted. Father and son, life plus 20 without the benefit of parole. And William Bryan received life with the possibility of parole, but according to Georgia's law, he has to serve at least 30 years of that to even be considered parole. And so, thank you, Miss Winfrey. There's Nia says, right, Tammy, that was very upsetting. Okay, we'll be back, I think tonight, 7 o'clock on YouTube. We're heading to Facebook now. Appreciate you all tuning in. And one thing before we go, film the police. Film the police. I'm begging you to film the police. Film the police because police unions around this country are secretly meeting with lawmakers to try to implement laws that will make it illegal for anybody to film them working. Why would you be bothered with me filming you and you doing your job to the best of your ability? Why? Why? Oh, they'll never get that law. You're in the United States of America. I don't have to say nothing else. Legal doesn't always mean right. But when you film the police, do not agitate the police. Do not tell the police, I'm filming you. I'm filming your dumb ass. I'm gonna sue your ass. I got your ass on tape. I'm live streaming. You're gonna make it worse for yourself and worse for the individual that they're dealing with. Film the police. They're not that dumb, but they're not that dumb. They see you standing there with that phone. They know what you're doing. They know what you do. Don't say nothing. But it is your right to film them. Don't create another problem trying to fix a problem. Just film and go. And don't release that phone to them. Find you a good lawyer. Save it in cloud somewhere, but do not release it to them. Do not agitate them. Do not go close to them. Pull it in. Film the police. A lot of these cases are being tried now because of cell phone. People are filming them. Film them. Film them. Film them before it's too late. I'm Al Scott with Injustice Investigations. Remember, I'm not always right. Not always wrong. We'll see you later tonight.